Hello, race fans, and welcome once again to the Apex This iRacing League. And we're here with the we're here with at Spa with the GP3 GTE cars, GT3 GTE cars. Let me restart this so we can get this showing right here. Change that graphic so that'll show what it's supposed to show. Let's see here. Stand by 1 second here. We're going to reload something here. There we go. The GTE GT3 series, season 3, round number 9 here at Spa. And, Spa, they say it's a driver's track. And, little cool out there tonight. 64 degrees. Winds are gusting at 7 miles an hour. And the track temperature is a relatively cool 73 degrees. And we're getting close to the end of our qualifying here. Let's check the grid here and see how much time is left. And about 3 minutes left here. We got a few cars on track there. Well, that's let's see who that is sitting in the pits there. That's Dave Duino. We got there's Doug Doucette. Right now he's standing P8 in the standings. While we're waiting for them to finish up, we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at the standings here so far. In the GT3 division, Jaron Haslam continues to lead, 168 points to Jordan Johnson, 71. Shane Hunter, third. John Miller, fourth. Christopher Perez, fifth place. Stacy Dunnigan, sixth. Andrew Rasmussen, seventh. Adam Baltutis, eighth. Ismael Sierra, ninth. Kent Gruger rounds out the top 10. In the GTE class, we have Corey Mitchell still leading Jeff Carollo, with Bjorn Benches third, Dave Duino fourth, Doug Doucette fifth, Tommy Regan sixth, Ismael Sierra seventh, Dustin Burkhalter eighth, A.D. Vila ninth, and Troy Banks rounds out the top 10. We have just over 30 seconds to go before the next. Before we go to the next server here, the race server, and so the guys are just winding up their qualifying here. There's Eric Elkins, currently 10th. There's Andres Garcia. Haven't seen him here that much. He may be a new member. They've had several members. We've got a lot of the folks staying at home nowadays because of everything going on in the world here, and we had an influx of drivers into the series. They've actually reached over 300 drivers in the Apex This iRacing League. So you might be seeing a lot more new faces here and there. Andrew Rasmussen, he's not showing a standing yet. He may not have gotten in a hot lap. Checkered flags are out. So they will be rolling over to the race server momentarily. And he crosses the line. Still not showing. Let's see. Does he have any time showing there? No. To see, the server has already reached 0, so he won't get a chance to post a time. He's probably just getting it as much seat time in before the race starts. I just noticed something. It said that's weird. It's showing the countdown timer, but it's showing 10 minutes and 9. I'm not sure what's going on here. We've got checkered flags, and yet looks like they're still in the qualifying mode. So I'm not. There's been some weird stuff going on the last week or so with the timing. I would have thought that would have rolled over to the race server by now. Most of the cars are coming off the track. Looking at that graphic at the top, it's showing 10 minutes. I'm not sure what that's showing. It's like 10 hours, 10 minutes, and 10 seconds. That's strange there. Out of 2 hours. So I really don't know. There we go. Now it looks like maybe it's getting ready to roll over here. Let's make sure we're live here. I'm waiting for the cars. I think we see some of the cars. There we are. Cars that are lining up on the starting grid there, waiting for the pace car. You know, we have 2 different classes, so they will space out here as they get ready to get going. Let's see if we can bring up this starting grid for you here. We have Dave Duino on the pole here. Corey Mitchell second, Michael McCoy third, Randy Mathis fourth, Tommy Regan fifth, Joseph Mayer sixth, Dustin Burkhalter seventh position, Doug Doucette eighth, Darian Roy ninth, Eric Elkins he's showing in 10th, but on my other screen he's not showing on the track. He may not have entered the track yet. Hopefully he'll be able to start the race. In 11th position, we have Troy Banks. 12th, Bjorn Benches. 13th position, we have Jeff Carollo. Ariel Salazar, 14th. Austin Shin, 15th. Jaron Haslam, 16th. Jordan Musser, 17th. And 18th, we have Paul Lindsay. 19th, we have Shane Hunter. Lincoln Russell in the 20th position. 21st, we have Joe Hanson Gates. 22nd, we have Kent Kruger. John Stapp is in the 23rd position. Christopher Perez is P24. In 25th position, we have Andres Garcia. Aiden Meek, 26th. Randy Pepler, 27th. Andrew Rasmussen, 28th. And rounding out the field, Darrell Washington in the 29th position. And I'm seeing in my survey, it looks like everybody's made it in except for Darrell Washington. He's the only one not showing on track. So he may have decided not to race or had some kind of technical problem. We definitely don't want to see that. And the pace car is bringing them down, and they're the GTE cars. I'm sorry, the GT3 machines, and they're waiting at their part of the track. Back up at the front here. That pace car is in. We're waiting for a green flag. Green. And we're going to get it. We're racing at Spa. Duino takes him down into turn 1. Looks like everybody's getting through cleanly. Oh, we had somebody spinning in the back there. And that's going to be interesting because the other cars are coming. Here comes Jaron Haslam and company in the GT3 machines. See if they encounter anybody on track. Now there's that Salazar in front. Let's take a look and see what happened with Salazar at the start of the race. He's that near the back there. I heard a few collisions there. And somebody else is and he reacted. That was somebody else that had turned there. Looks like that was, wasn't sure who that was. We'll take it back live here. And up to the front, Dave Duino. He's continuing to lead. Corey Mitchell second, Michael McCoy in third position. Duino got off to a heck of a start. Over a second and a half already on Mitchell. Mitchell trying to play catch up. And he's got McCoy and company not too far behind him. They're over a second themselves. Michael McCoy in the P3 position, followed by Tommy Regan. He's got Joseph Mayer all over him, just over 0.3 of a second behind. Oh, and Regan he tried to save and got a little help going around. He's locking it down so folks can get by. And doesn't look like he's none the worse for wear as he gets going there. Oh, and he just he went to the pits there. Tommy Regan. Oh, and he's got the front is all messed up there. So he looks like Regan has decided to retire the car, unfortunately. Tough break for Tommy Regan. David Duino continues to lead. Now we're 2.5 seconds over Mitchell. Mitchell was a couple of seconds ahead of McCoy. Actually, just over 1.5 seconds. Looking back at the GT3 cars, Jordan Musser, he's leading handsomely ahead of Shane Hunter, almost 3 seconds now. Hunter has a couple of GTE cars right behind him. He has the BMW of Eric and Elkins, and then Ariel Salazar is a little further back. They're trying to play catch up with the rest of the GTE cars. And looks like we have another retirement, John Stapp. Let's see what happened with him. And, oh, Stapp's already, looks like he's already, whatever happened. He's off track there, and I'm not sure. Looks like he's going into the pits. He's got some damage on that rear wing. And nose doesn't look. It looks a little bunged up there, but that wings definitely has some damage there. Possibly the right rear end of that car as well. Stapp's already out of the pits and probably used a fast repair, and he's got going again. Now with Jordan Musser in the Mercedes GT3 machine. Still leading over 2.5 seconds over Eric Elkins. Actually, that's a battle for overall position. And but Shane Hunter, he's the next GT3 car. Elkins is in a GTE machine. Looking a little further back in the field, there's Andres Garcia running. He's running in 7th position in class, 19th overall. There's Perez in front, Meek in back, Aiden Meek. Meek trying to play catch up there. showing a large field tonight. We had 28 cars in the server. So far, only one retirement. Take that back. Randy Pepler is also showing. He's showing out there. Actually, he's back on track now from the looks of it. There he is. He's getting going again. He's running 13th in class, 27th overall. Looking back up at the front, there's David Duino continues to pull away from Mitchell, now over 4 seconds. Mitchell, he's comfortably ahead of McCoy, over 2 seconds. McCoy, he's comfortably, well, somewhat comfortably ahead of Joseph Mayer. Mayer trying to catch McCoy. Looking a little further up in the field here, there's Bjorn Benches. He's running 7th overall and in class. And Troy Banks is right behind him, less than a second behind, making a challenge here. They go through the bus stop chicane. It just goes down to the hairpin turn to approach the start-finish line. Banks in hot pursuit. As they head down through Eau Rouge. Boy, they both went sailing over those curves just a little bit. Always trying to hit that just right. Trying to get a draft. Maybe might think about a pass. No, not this time. Banks continues to follow for now. He was fairly close there to Benches. A little further back, there's Darian Roy. He's running on P10. Pardon me while I reset this server here. We're going to restart that and get that track map. Sometimes it likes to disappear on us. There we go. Lincoln Russell, he's battling for third position there. Third in class, he's 14th overall. And look at the gaggle of cars behind him. That's Rasmussen, Hanson, Gates, Perez, all battling 15th, 16th, and 17th overall. But they're all battling for class position as well. 4th, 5th, and 6th. There's Hanson Gates, 5th in class, followed by Christopher Perez. Really fast curve there. Going through the bus stop chicane. Here's Doug Doucette. He's comfortably ahead of Darian Roy, and quite a ways to go to catch Troy Banks, though. Running 9th at the moment, overall and in class. Take a look at 5th place, Jeff Carollo. Now he's right on the bumper of Joseph Mayer. Battle for 5th place there. He's running 5th overall. Mayo's running 4th overall, so they're battling for both position and class position. Mayer himself is trying to catch Michael McCoy. McCoy now coming under some pressure, less than a second ahead of Mayer. Interesting when you're trying to battle somebody ahead and then somebody's breathing down your neck at the same time. And John Stapp, he's on pit road. They're saying that he had a crash. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened to Stapp here. Looks like he's coming down to the bus stop chicane. Oh, and he just, I don't know if he already had gone off track and he just came back on, and these are heading to the pits there. Let's go back live. And he's already back on track, running 11th. Looks like he's 11th overall and in class. Pretty good cushion between him, but he is not, unfortunately, on the lead lap, I don't believe. Let's pull up our gaps here. Yeah, Stapp, he's actually he is on the tail end of the lead lap. Jaron Haslam and Randy Pepler, they're a lap down. So, and I think right behind him is Doug Doucette. He, of course, is on the lead lap. He's 9th overall and in class. Showing Meek. Oh, Meek's a little tore up there. Aiden Meek, they say he crashed. Let's see if we can see what happened to him. Oh, and that was just the tail of it. Let's run it back just a little bit, see if we can see. Looked like he just, he came through that fast left-hander and just nosed it into the wall. And it did manage to crinkle up the left rear of the spoiler there just a little bit. Let's see if he used the fast repair. Looks like he did. Everything's smooth. It looked like the tires are going on the car. Or is he just sitting there? Don't know if he's coming out or not. Though there was tires going on. This takes a while, so he's heading on back out. Troy Banks, he continues. He's getting right close there to Bjorn Benches. Less than a second now. Getting ready to go down through the hairpin towards the start-finish line. See what kind of speed they're getting through Eau Rouge here, hitting 153. We saw him a little earlier. He was a bit closer. See if he can draft up a little bit here. Just about topping out at 161. There's Darian Roy. He's behind Banks. He's quite a ways back, though, 8 seconds. Now we have a report Troy Banks might have crashed. Let's see if we can see that. Or it's not showing. Okay, Banks is in the pits. Oh, there's Banks. Yeah, they went around there and nosed into the wall. Let's take it live. See if he's out of the pits yet. And Banks looked like he decided to retire the car. Unfortunate for the number 8 machine there. And pick up Michael McCoy. Whoa, he's right on the tail of Mitchell. And somebody was moving slowly. Not sure who that was. That was Jeff Carollo. That was a tight squeeze through the bus stop chicane there. I think I said Mitchell. I think I meant to say McCoy. Carollo chasing McCoy down through Eau Rouge. See what kind of run he gets on him. Drag race coming down that long stretch there. Is he going to be close enough to do a pass, though? And it looks like he does beat McCoy into the turn. Jeff Carollo now moves into P3. McCoy isn't giving up, though. He's right there. McCoy taking a look on the inside. Oh, that was tight there, and they're still duking it out between that left and right and left-hand turns there. Now they're on the sweeping left-hander here. Let's see, and it looks like Carollo runs a little wide, but not wide enough for McCoy to take advantage. McCoy darting left and right, trying to find a way around the 52 machine. He wants that P3 position back, not giving him any moment's rest. They're coming down to this fast double left-hander here. Or more of a sweeping left-hander. Racing down to the bus stop chicane. They were jammed up there last time around. Hard on the brakes. He had to really lock it up there to keep from running in the back of Carollo. Lighten them up coming out. Might have spun the tires just a little bit. That gave Jeff Carollo a little bit of breathing room. Hard racing going on between Carollo and McCoy. Carollo gained a little bit of space now, just over half a second. Here they go down that long stretch again now. Carollo maintaining over a second gap there. Let's look back to Darian Roy. He's trying to, well, now he's got Meek in front of him, but that's not really for position. Because Aiden Meek, he's in 21st position. There's Kent Kruger having a battle here with Doug Doucette. Now that's a GT3 car, you know, being chased by a GTE machine. They're getting ready to go down the long straight here. Doucette trying to get a draft. He's pulling to the outside. And he handles the pass. Oh, and he had to check up. And they're both kind of driving the wheels off of those cars, trying to get the advantage one over the other. Kruger back behind Doucette. This track will punish you if you make a mistake. There's hardly no let up anywhere. He lost quite a bit of ground there, well over a second to set now. We are with Shane Hunter, who's currently running second in class, 11th overall. He's got a nice cushion between him and Haslam. Haslam's actually not on the lead lap. He's one lap down. Lincoln Russell is over 4 seconds behind, so no pressure there. Christopher Perez is rolling along, P4 in class. Going back up to Carollo here. He's got McCoy, just over a second on Michael McCoy. Mitchell, he's quite a ways down the road, though. Quick look at your leader, overall leader, Dave Duino. Over almost, well, a good 10.5 seconds over Corey Mitchell. He's got that Ferrari in the win today. Corey Mitchell, he's pretty comfortable in second position. Carollo 7 seconds behind. Starting to catch some back markers here now. Pepler's 11 seconds down the road. He'll probably be catching him in a couple of laps' time. Jeff Carollo not as comfortable a lead as Duino and Mitchell over McCoy here. McCoy fighting to catch up to him. Joseph Mayer right behind McCoy. Not all that far from McCoy, really. They go through the bus stop chicane. We're now a little over halfway through this event. 23 minutes expired on the 40-minute clock. We've accomplished 11 laps so far. Flying down Eau Rouge. You're watching the Apex This iRacing League GTE GT3 Series, Season 3, round number 9 at Spa-Francorchamps. Looks like Jordan Musu, he's in pit road. Let's see, did he, I wonder if he's just pitting. It looks like it showed that he crashed. Let's see if we can see what happened to him here. Here comes Musa down. Looks like he's headed towards that bus stop chicane. Whatever happened has already happened. Didn't get a chance to see it. Here's Christopher Perez. It showed that he had crashed. Well, he's coming down pit road now. Or go ahead and take it live. It must have happened about the same time. Let's see. We can set that replay so that it, if we go to look at something, it'll go a little further back so we can try to catch it as it happens. There we go with Lincoln Russell running in second position in the GT3 class, 11th overall. There's Shane Hunter. He's actually leading the GT3 class. There's Paul Lindsay. He's running ninth in class, 18th overall. A lot of the field is spread out quite a bit now. Let's see, Mitchell. Let's see. They're looking a little close up there. Not on the map, it looks a little closer, but no, he's well ahead of Jeff Carollo there. We got several cars going in the pits here. There's Lincoln Russell. He's in the pits. Johansson Gates is entering the pits. Kent Kruger, and also Randy Rasmussen. I would think Russell will probably be the first one out. Yeah, as you see, he's coming there. Making his way back out onto the track. That's John Stapp behind him. He's not on the lead lap, though. Hanson Gates making his way out, followed by Kent Kruger. Andrew Rasmussen making his way around the turn there. Andres Garcia is making his way out. Looks like somebody else is coming out as well. Oh, that was David Duino, your leader, coming in for a pit stop here. That puts McCoy into the lead. Behind Duino there is Corey Mitchell, who was running second place. Michael McCoy, at the moment, your overall leader. I'm thinking, of course, he'll probably have to stop like everybody else. I don't think they can go the whole distance on one tank of fuel. So Duino, he's already out and running. And Burkhalter, he also got by into second position. Darian Roy, he's in for, looks like he may not be taking tires, just fuel only. Shane Hunter, he's coming in. McCoy, he's sandwiched by a couple of lap cars, front and behind. Let's spread out that battle box a little bit, see who else is there. Burkhalter, you can see him down there. He's 13 seconds behind McCoy. If we focus on Burkhalter, we can see he's got Dave Duino almost 4 seconds behind him, and that's slowly starting to come down. Duino has been your leader since the start of the race. And so far, Burkhalter is keeping him at bay within that over 3.5 second gap there. As the race progresses and the track rubbers in more and more, and sometimes the handling of the car, changes for a driver, that may not have been as strong at the start of the race, but the car kind of comes to you later on in the race. And look like he's going to get an easy pass on Burkhalter. Burkhalter's in the pits. I thought he had already pitted, so now he's just coming in now. And there also your leader, Michael McCoy. The pit stops are cycling around. And that puts Dave Duino once again into the lead, followed by Mitchell and Carollo. And as you can see, they pretty much stay the same gap once everything cycles around. Now we're showing 9 cars on the lead lap. I'm sorry, the ones in blue there, the 9th place is the GTE cars, And who is that? Jordan Muser. He's the first GT3 car in 10th place, but that's showing the one there. That's just showing his class position. But it's not showing him a lap down. He must. It's like he may be like the tail end of the lead lap. Once you get a certain gap from the leader, it starts to, the system or the software will perceive you as a lapped car or going to be lapped, you know, soon. And as you can see, the leader, Dave Delino, he's catching up to Salazar there. Actually, not too much. Salazar is almost holding that 4-second gap. Now it's just a hair under 4 seconds there. Going through the bus stops again. And if you look at your trap map all the way to the right there, that's that hairpin, and right behind Salazar, there's your leader, Dave Duino. So if you look at the timing and scoring tower, and as you see all the cars in red, that's the cars that are technically on the lead lap. And we're looking from the viewpoint of a car that's not on the lead lap or about to get lapped, as you can see Duino catching up to him. But Salazar, to his credit, he's doing good. He's still over 3 seconds, well over 3 seconds ahead of Duino. So he hasn't given up that position just yet. Duino, he still has a pretty comfortable lead over Mitchell. Let's see, Michael McCoy, he's back out running 4th overall and in class. You got Carollo in front and Mayer behind. There's Dustin Burkhalter running 6th overall. And all of these guys are spaced out rather well here. There's Doug Doucette. Now that's a battle for 9th and 10th overall, but 2 different classes actually. That's a GTE car with the GT3 behind. And actually the car behind him, Jaron Haslam, is not even on the lead lap. He's, as you can see in the timing and scoring, he's actually the last car on the lead lap, and it's pretty much scoring him as a lap down at this time. He hasn't actually been passed by the leader. Now 34 minutes in, just less than 6 minutes to go in this event. The time really flies in these 40-minute races. You don't have a whole lot of time to get going. There's Hanson Gates. He's coming under attack there by Kent Kruger, less than a second. Kruger not quite able to get any closer than a half a second at this point anyway. And we're getting a report that Salazar crashed. Let's see if we can see what happened there. Here's Salazar coming around that fast left-hander toward the bus stop chicane. Oh, and he locked it up a little bit too much. Wasn't really a crash. He just went off course there. And take it back live. And he's slow on the track. Not sure what happened. Maybe he was getting out of the way of the leaders. Yeah, that was Mitchell. He was slowing down for Mitchell, and Carollo's coming up now too, so he'll probably be getting a blue flag for that as well. And there's Jeff Carollo. Goes by Salazar. Bjorn benches. He's quite a ways behind Burkhalter and got a pretty decent gap over Darian Roy at the moment, running 7th overall and in class. Hanson Gates through the through Eau Rouge. Kruger still less than a second, but can't close that to within a half a second of Hanson Gates. Lindsay not too far behind. There's McCoy. He still has Salazar behind him, a lapped car. Not much closer to catching Jeff Carollo. Going by the lapped car, John Stapp there. Now 2 minutes to go in this event. Oh, big hit there from McCoy. Oh my goodness, what happened? And that was Pepler. Let's run it back and see if we can see what happened there. And there's Pepler. He got it wrong, got some curb, and he pulled right into McCoy. McCoy, a sitting duck. Oh man, that's just terrible luck for McCoy. And the two of them got collected there. Tough break for the 12 machine. He's still sitting there. I know he just can't believe that it happened so fast. Now Jeff Carollo, now he's now in 3rd position. Less than a minute to go in this event. Now Carollo, that's Garcia behind him. That's not for position. He's not on the lead lap. And Mitchell is over a second ahead and about 9 seconds behind Duino. Andres Garcia's in the pits again. I see McCoy, and he must be feeling pretty dejected. He just said, forget it. He just got out of the car and left it there. And it looks like he might have just, we finally got to the pits. Don't know if he has a faster pair. Doesn't quite look like it. That's just terrible for McCoy. Meanwhile, Duino, he's making his way around the back of the course here. We're just past the 40-minute mark, so this is the last lap of the race. Duino makes his way through the right and left-hander here. Set of double right-handers, getting ready to set up for that fast sweeping left-hander down here. right before the bus stop chicane. Mitchell, Carollo is less than a second, but he's running out of time unless Mitchell makes a mistake as they head around to the bus stop chicane. Looks like that's not going to happen. And Duino comes around to the hairpin now to approach the checkered flag. He is slowed down. I hope he realizes that the start-finish line is up here. There he is. There's your winner, Dave Duino. Dave Duino making it look like a Sunday drive today. As the rest of the field comes to join him for what we call the class photo there. Oh, that's qualifying. We're still waiting for gotta wait for the rest of the cars to come through. Start finish line before it will generate your final results so we can see who finished where. A few guys just want to go zooming through. Now, I thought the start finish line was on this side of the hairpin a little further down, but it seemed like he was slowing down after he passed the start finish line where the Formula One cars go. And who is that? Is that Bjorn Benches maybe? Oh, no, that's Bjorn Benches over there. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, that might be Doug Doucette sitting there looking at everybody else. And everybody's in now, so we're going to give you your final results here. Dave Duino, your winner. Corey Mitchell second. Michael McCoy still shows as finishing third. Randy Mathis fourth. Tommy Regan fifth. I'm sorry, my apologies. That's qualifying. I apologize. I thought that was a miracle that McCoy made it there. My apologies to him. And let's bring that up here. Here are your race results. Dave Duino, your winner. Corey Mitchell second. Jeff Carollo third. Joseph Mayer fourth. Dustin Burkhalter fifth. Bjorn Benches sixth. Darian Roy seventh position. Doug Doucette eighth. Jordan Musser ninth. Shane Hunter rounds out the top 10. Lincoln Russell is in 11th position. Christopher Perez 12th. Paul Lindsay 13th. Kent Kruger 14th position. In 15th position we have Johansson Gates. Ariel Salazar 16th. And 17th, that's where Michael McCoy ended up. Jaron Haslam is 18th position. In 19th position we have, let's see, I'm trying to move stuff out the way. That's it. That's all we're showing there. Let's see. There we go. 18th, 19th position we have Aiden Meek, Andreas Garcia 20th, John Stapp 21st, Andrew Rasmussen 22nd, 23rd we have Randy Pepler, Eric Elkins 24th, Troy Banks finished 25th, Randy Mathis 26th, Tommy Regan 27th, and Austin Chin 28th position. You've been watching the Apex This iRacing League GTE GT3 series, season 3, round number 9 here at Spa-Francorchamps. For everyone here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you all a pleasant evening.